Hello, hello, hello. I'm Chris Ferdinandi from ADHDforthewin.com. And today we're going to be talking about things you can do if you're not ready to ask for ADHD accommodations at work. In our last episode, we talked about how to get accommodations, types of things you can ask for. But one of the caveats there is to do that, you need to be willing to disclose your ADHD status to your employer. And for a variety of very good reasons, you may not want to do that. So if that's you, or you just haven't yet, or you don't feel comfortable, there are still some things you can do to accommodate your own ADHD. So one of those is to block out time on your calendar so people can't book midday meetings and disrupt your time. You could bring fidget tools with you. I will drop a link in the show notes to the episode we did on that a few weeks ago. You could work from home. If your company has a general policy for that, use it. If not, and you're feeling bold, you could also just start doing it and see what happens. That is a little risky though. So I have done that in the past. It worked out really well, but your luck may vary. So take that one with a grain of salt. You could work irregular hours. So if you're already working remotely and you have team members scattered across time zones, you can often just time shift your schedule to do what works best for you without even telling anyone. For example, my peak hours tend to be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then again from like 8 p.m. to midnight. So I will often, start my day late, work a little bit in the middle of the day, and then take the afternoon off and do some more work at night. So it comes out to about the same amount of work, but I'm working for when I work best. You could look into getting ADHD medication, drink coffee, tea, or soda because caffeine can help, exercise in the morning, or spend some time outdoors. All of these things increase dopamine in your brain. And we'll do another episode on this, but dopamine is a big part of what causes a lot of the symptoms associated with ADHD, or the lack thereof, because our brains just don't make enough of it. You can commandeer an empty meeting room as your private office, just without telling anybody. Just empty room, squat in it. That's yours. That's your office. You just use a shared space like the cafeteria as your workspace. A busy communal space is often less disruptive than an open office since no one talks to you directly, and the din of the room becomes like white noise in the background that drowns out more distracting, sharp, intermittent noises. You can turn off all non-essential notifications. Like for me, I will close my email, Slack, Discord, disable push notifications, and then I'll set a reminder to check them a few times a day. This is going to sound crazy to a lot of folks, but a smartwatch. This is the single biggest tool I have for not missing meetings or not forgetting things. And I'll do a separate episode on that as well. Some of these things, by the way, are things that I cover in my new course on getting shit done with ADHD. So if you feel like you're struggling at work and you want some tools and techniques for doing this, head over to ADHDforthewin.com/getting shit done, and you can learn more about that. It's a fantastic course. You can use an app like Toggle for tracking hours. Set it to nag you if you forget to start or stop timers, which when I worked in we bill by the hour kind of agency, Toggle was a lifesaver for me. And the other one is honestly stop doing non-essential tasks so that you can focus on your best work. Oftentimes in an office setting, busy work is just that, and no one actually cares or notices if you don't do it. It's one of those things like your manager's manager said everybody has to do this, but no one actually reports on it or checks it. So if you don't do it, literally nothing happens. How far you go in just doing what you want to get your best work done will really depend on how strict your company is, how secure you feel in your role, and how comfortable you are with risk. Because obviously, some of these things could backfire and blow up in your face. I've worked at places that really wanted tight control over where, when, and how employees did their work. And candidly, those were just not great fits for me. But I've also worked at places that really didn't care as long as you got your work done. And there I was able to just accommodate my ADHD without even needing to ask anyone. I just did what worked best for me, and everybody was happy. So anyways, that's it for today. If you found this episode interesting, please subscribe to the podcast if you enjoyed it. Also, if you head over to ADHDforthewin.com, you can find access to my new course on getting shit done, and also sign up for my newsletter where every day I send out a short daily tip on how to thrive with ADHD. Thanks so much. I will see you next episode. Cheers.